there's a concept of like, let's say it's an 80-person company, right? And CRM is probably going to touch almost every single org every single department within the org. Your project team, you probably want to keep no more than 10, right? Because then it's just really messy, different opinions and stuff, right? So you have your SMEs, and so that project team is going to be making decisions, feeding information into the vendor and whomever else. But then everyone has to get trained on it, right? And so how do you bring those people along? And like, how do you consider them part of the project team, or are they really just like the end user customers that receive the trainings?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to lean toward a trainer role in the sense of I think it'd be difficult to consider the end users to be the project or part of the project team other than something like a pilot or beta or initial, so essentially the subject matter expert role of the end user experience. But from a trainer role or something like that, like Alana, what you obviously would fill in for in a lot of cases, knowing the system enough to train people on it without necessarily knowing all the technical details necessary for the rest of the project. I think that's, I would consider that role, the trainer role, part of the project team, and I'd probably consider that as critical as anything else. I was thinking of like, is there a role that's specifically change management or adoption?
Yeah.
And it's really the training.
Yeah, I think for sure the trainer is part of the project team. And I was even thinking in terms of the SMEs that some of these project team members come and go, right? They're not necessarily there throughout the entire duration of a project. So even though we're trying to generally keep it like Alex Tuck said, you don't want it to be too big, but some of these roles come in and out, right? Some of the subject matter experts, they may be in for their particular piece or their particular department, and then they go out and another SME comes in. And the trainer role is one of those roles that probably comes in and out. They're there at the beginning to get an overview, kind of understanding. They might pop back in when the various SMEs, give their feedback, and then they come in at the end. They're not generally there during they're kind of in the background, right, during the duration of the project. But definitely in terms of adoption, they're there at the beginning, kind of giving hints on how you can prep the end users to be able to receive the information, checking in the middle, make sure they're kind of in alignment, and then doing the final training and adoption piece as well.